Hey guys, my name is Alex West. I'm the Salaryman VTuber, official NGS content creator, and pretty much Line Strike is going for 1 week now, and there's still a lot of players who are confused on how to make a deck for Line Strike. So we're pretty much gonna talk about every single element and pretty much what can you do with them as well. All right, let's go with Ice Element. Ice Element is one of the basic, I would say, absolutely basic, since Ice offers a lot of ways to you to play the game. And one of Ice major element is debuffing. So as you can see over here, we'll start with the disruptor cards. So Hans and Rida. Hans and Rida goes hand in hand. One best way to play them is during the early game or probably as an interrupter for middle game. But if you're gonna use them for early game, you might want to use them for probably for override summon and debuffing your enemy at the early game, because as you can see, there are one cost cards, very low attack. However, they can pretty much disrupt your enemy very early in the game. This is -1 in a U shape over here, concentrating on the upper area and the middle area. Same goes with Rida. It's a U shape. However, Rida pretty much focus on the center and the bottom. Especially on the bottom, this guy is -2. -2 on the very early game and the late game is really huge. So if you're gonna utilize them for early game, you might want to consider them as override summon. So let's say override summon for Io. You can also use them override summon for Lottie and Puna. So why do we want to override summon them? Again, override summon lowers the cost of the PP for you to summon a specific card. Let's say Io over here, right? Io is a 4 cost, and you're gonna use Hans. So instead of paying the 4 cost, Io will become a 3 cost. 3 cost card now. And again, Io is really good because he is almost similar with Hans. So Hans is a U shape over here. He's gonna debuff the center as well. And then as you can see, now if they place cards on the upper left or upper right, they're gonna get another debuff by -3 for upper right and upper left. Sorry, upper left, upper right. So that's gonna be a total of -4 already, which is a big disruptor play. I'm not gonna lie, I do love Io card. This is absolutely one of the best cards in terms of disrupting your enemy for the upper side. On the other hand, let's say you didn't use you use Hans for a different card. You can go with Puna. See, Puna is -6 here. So that's gonna be a -7 very early. So that's why, like I said a while ago, it's either you use Hans or Rida on the early game or the mid game. Usually you want to go for like a mid game. Let's say you already conquered one specific line. Let's say you already conquered the left side, right? So this right side, I should say. The right side is already broken. Now you start stacking cards here on the right side. So you're gonna put let's say Hans here on the upper left side, and then by the time Hans and Rida, so Hans will be on the upper left side and Rida will be on the center left side, and then you use override summon for their next turn. Remember, you're only gonna use 2 PP. You still have 1 PP left. On your next turn, you'll have 4 PP, enough PP to summon Puna. And it's gonna, remember, this is gonna pretty much stack. And usually they're gonna also try to counter your play over here. They're gonna contest for the left side because probably they're already winning on the middle, and now the fight is gonna go here on the left side. That's how you're gonna win specifically with debuff cards. Like, pretty much control how you want to move your enemy. Another one over here is Lottie. Lottie is gonna be a big one because she has a lot of big minus. I'm not gonna lie, -3 for a 3-cost card and -4 for the right side is absolutely big. I lost to a deck with 3 Lottie cards. Literally, I lost big time because he just dumps Lottie on the center, and one of my cards, I think it was Kalaris Christ the Clone, was heavily focused here. All of my buffs for her are focused here. Remember, with Hitsugi a while ago, yeah. And now he just keeps minusing me with Lottie, and then pretty much he used Lottie as an override summon as well. Alright, another one is Shiro. Shiro is quite underrated because some people are saying, oh man, Shiro is only -1 with a 4-cost summon. I would say Shiro is kinda meh, but the thing about Shiro is, unlike to others, let's say Lottie over here, he's pretty much focused on one single line or one single position. It's the center. However, for Shiro, he's pretty much diverse. He goes for center left and then upper mid, and upper center and right center, which is absolutely good. The only downside, yeah, it is only -1. I wish Shiro could have like a -2. That would be absolutely great. But then again, I guess it's just for balance. If you have Shiro, let's say you don't have Io, yes, Shiro is a good substitute. However, if you have lots of Io, I would say just play with Io. Alright, next is Kabrakan. Okay, Kabrakan over here is a 2-cost card. Actually, he has another pair, just like this guy over here, our Hans and Rida. So usually this two comes with a pair. So if you want to summon this guy, also probably want to summon this guy next. These two are very nice for early game. Like, unlike to Hans and Rida, usually do you want to use them for mid game, right? But if you want to go for an early game debuff, this is the two that you want to go for, because they are 2-cost summon, they are 2 PP, and their attack is on the middle range. They are 8 and 7, and they have -2. As you can see, this is a -2 on the upper left side and -2 on the upper right side. And as you can see for Camelot, it's -3 on the bottom left side and -3 on the bottom right side, which is absolutely a real annoying on the early game. I'm not gonna lie with you. And then you can use them as override summon as well if you wanna probably go for you wanna debuff them with Lottie. Lottie is a good combo with them because instead of going for 3 PP, you just override summon and it's gonna be 1 PP cost. Or if you just wanna summon a big card, probably, where is it? This one over here. Maria. Maria is a 5-cost with 28 attack and mostly super focus heavy on the center. So that's why if you want to use Maria very early, let's say around turn 3 and pretty much something like that, yeah, you can use this two to set up a probably left side over here. You want to dominate the left side. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of buffs already. And then you can go with Maria. Where is Maria? Maria over here with a 28 attack. Once you summon Maria around turn 3, that lane is pretty much over. Unless they want to contest you. If they contest you for that lane, you can pretty much buff yourself or increase your attack, probably with Laviri and stuff like that. Or you can go with Laviri. And then Laviri can pretty much provide you enough attack, or you can go with Tia. So, how about buffers? Because you might ask, Alex, we're pretty much talking about a lot of disruptors over here. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm not finished with disruptors yet. There also have move cards. However, in terms of move cards for ice, I would say most of them are in the same direction. Like this one over here, Philia. This is a one cost, and it's gonna move on the same area. Same goes with Coffee, same area over here, but this one, he will move one card from the left side to the center. And then Adirli is a 3-cost 14 attack, so he will move one card from the center upper side to left side upper side over here. I would say it's a good utility if you can pretty much use it, but for me, move cards for ice, probably not the one that I will use. I'll probably go for a different element, I would say. However, okay, here's the thing. There's a lot of debuff cards over here, right? Debuff cards, debuff. I would say if you want to build a good debuff deck, go with Ice. Ice has like a lot of early debuff. As you can see over here, Cabrakan and Camelot, absolutely really good early game debuff. And Hans and Rita are mid-game game changers over here. And then we have Io and Lottie, big debuff as well, and Cuna with a big debuff and a huge attack. Pretty much absolutely really great. Example of ice builds, or you can go with mono ice if you want to go mono ice, sure, why not? But if you want to probably go for dual element, usually for debuff they go for dark. Okay, because dark, as you can see over here, Theodore is -5, -4. This guy Niels is a -2, very early card, or usually you might want to use him for mid game as well, similar what we can do with Hans. Same goes with El Rada, but I would say El Rada would be nice for early game. And Dagan over here, this one is either early game or mid game. We got Dudu. Dudu, I would say, is a move card, but we might want to play him properly. But this one is an absolute good interrupter in the mid game and late game as well. Barbara, this one, I have seen a lot of Barbara plays, which is absolutely really great. If you're gonna go for a Barbara, I would say go for a stun deck, but we'll probably talk about stun deck once we get to the dark. And most of their move cards for dark is, I would say, concentrated for stun deck, but again, we'll talk about that later. So again, a lot of debuff cards here for dark, so usually you want to pair ice with dark if you want to go for heavy debuff. However, there's one type of ice that we haven't talked about. It's the early game buffing. As you can see over here, we got Lacuna over here, which is a 1-cost card, 2 attack, and as you can see, she can buff 2 sides of the line. So one here is in the center and one is in the left side. Another one here is Echo. Echo and Lacuna are good cards, I'm not gonna lie with you. You want to start with Lacuna as an early game card, probably phase 1 or phase 2. Usually you put her at phase 2. You combo her with either with Laviri or with Tia. Also, speaking of Tia, yes, Tia is an absolutely good early game card, because Tia, even though she is 3-cost, she gives you 1 PP. Okay, so by your next turn, instead of having 3 PP, you'll have 4 PP, which is an absolute game changer. You can pretty much buff. You can pretty much go for an override summon or summon someone that is on a high cost. Usually, Tia over here is used for high cost summoning cards or high cost summoning deck. Usually Dark has a lot of high cost cards, so you might want to consider having yourself a Tia. Remember, if you're gonna have a Tia on your high cost deck, try to have at least a Echo on your deck, because Echo can buff your cards, and absolutely your Tia won't be a waste. Because usually, if you only have Tia, let's say, let's make a deck over here, because usually this is what a high cost summon deck would look like. So if you want to make a high cost deck, wanna consider having Tia, right? Let's say you have 2 Tias over here. Pair Tia with an Echo. So this is how you're gonna go for it. So your Echo later, your Tia will be used an override summon for Echo. Again, if you use override summon for if you use Tia as an override summon for Echo, it will only cost you 1 PP. Okay, which is absolutely really good. And remember, Echo can buff the middle and the left side, which is absolutely really good. It's +2 on the center middle, +1 on bottom middle, and then +2 on the left center. Left center or left middle. Anyway, so again, you want to go with this, and then go for if you're going for a high cost deck, consider having Rappy. I would definitely say Rappy is absolutely really good. If you have I guess Meow, you can put Meow here as well, because Meow and Lilipan can be used as an override summon for any element, which is absolutely great. I would say if you have it, okay, but if you don't, that's fine. Let's go with, usually high cost summon is around light and dark, which is absolutely really good. So you might want to go for either a buffer for your override summon for early game buffers, or you might want to go for shield guards. I don't have shield guards. Probably we'll talk about shield guards once we go to the light ones, but I would say let's just go with this for now. That's too much. There we go. And then for dark, let's go with this. Oh wait, no. Yeah, let's go with that. No, instead we'll go with this. Yeah, since I don't have Dagons, I'll just go with this. And then we'll reduce that cards. And there. Yeah, so this is usually what it looks like to have a high cost summon deck. So this will buff your cards very effectively. As you can see, Matoy is a 4 cost, big buffer. If you don't want to have like 4 Matoys, that's fine. You probably want to go for like a Dark Falls Elder, or if you have double Matoy with stun, that would be way much better. But it's all up to you on how you want to go for it. Probably if you don't have Matoy, Matoy is like this Matoy card over here, sometimes very rare. I guess I'm just really lucky. I got 2 of them. Or yeah, you can just go with this. Or if you want to concentrate for a dark, I would say for dark, you can just simply just keep having this 2 or these 4 cards over here. You're definitely gonna need them. And then just go with Go with lot of low cost cards. Probably like this too is absolutely really good. And then go with Phaleg. Go with this. Go with this. Just put all of your high cost. Yeah, this one over here. This is an absolute good example of dark high cost deck. The only downside of if you're going for this kind of deck is this will start the impact around mid game. But then again, if you're going for high cost deck, try to have Tia, 2 Tias, and then 2 Echoes. This will at least your Tia will not be useless. Because usually what I see is that if they put Tia, yeah, their Tia doesn't evolve and it's just a minus, it's just a 13 attack. So usually that's how they lose. All right, enough with Ice. I think I have given a lot of example for Ice already.